What is SafeHire Certification? The SafeHire Certification Scheme is a private standard created by and written for the hire industry with the help and guidance of the British Standards Institute with support from the Health and Safety Executive. It was originally written following a disastrous Which report in 2010 that outlined everything negative about the industry. The Hire Association took a positive stance and determined that it needed to reverse the perception created by Which. Members fully supported this proactive action to mitigate the impact of the report, but also to enhance confidence in the hire sector for the longer term. The SafeHire Certification Scheme provides an industry-specific platform for organizations who seek to continuously improve and innovate. SafeHire is a continual business improvement program that both sets and helps maintain the standards of operation for HAE members, and the standard itself is the guarantee of consistency of approach during assessment. It also provides a greater degree of transparency and reassurance to clients and customers and to trading standards. The scheme has attracted new members to join the association to achieve SafeHire certification. In 2018, the association made it mandatory for all its hire members to commit to the SafeHire Certification Scheme. One of the principal benefits of the achievement of the standard is that it provides the differentiation between members and non-members and is designed for companies of all sizes. Originally written by HAE, its members, HSE and other corporate bodies, it endeavours to level the playing field between members large and small and enables them all to compete locally on an even ground. What does SafeHire address? SafeHire addresses elements of a multitude of standards, such as ISO 9001, ISO 45001, ISO 14001, ISO 27001 and the Common Assessment Standard. More importantly, we pay careful attention to product inspection, both process-wise and physically, something entirely unique to SafeHire. Elements incorporated into the standard are audited on site at the member organisation's premises, with the initial assessment including both a desktop audit and a site assessment. Aligned with international standards, SafeHire certification is granted for a 3-year period following successful completion of the initial audit. For the interim period, an annual site surveillance audit is carried out. The subsequent 3-year renewal audit is a significantly reduced desktop audit, which focuses on the core elements of the SafeHire certification private standard. SafeHire resources. Guides have been produced to support members throughout the journey towards achieving SafeHire. This includes general guidance as well as an itemised quick guide in order that hire organisations can suitably prepare with the appropriate supporting documentation at the ready, as well as arranging a chaperone familiar with the member location and the requirements for the site assessment. A number of resources are accessible on the HAE website to assist members during the SafeHire process. HAE EHA Risk Services have provided template documents and useful information to aid those either preparing for their initial audit or site audit for the first time, or members going through SafeHire certification renewal audits. The suite of documents provides the platforms for members to build on and incorporate relevant additional information specific to their organisation and arrangements. The audit team. All HAE Hire Certification Services assessors are selected on the basis of their knowledge and experience of operating within or around the UK hire industry. They are subject to strict recruitment requirements, and regular standardisation meetings are held with the audit team to ensure ongoing consistency of approach, as well as to maintain training levels and highlight some of the trends occurring as outcomes of assessments. The audit team are experienced health and safety professionals with extensive hire industry experience. The objective of auditors is to help members evaluate health, safety and welfare arrangements, suitability, conformability and effectiveness, and identify areas for improvement. The audit team are there to help members with continual improvement, health and safety, legislative compliance and industry best practice. The auditor can advise on legislative requirements to assist members in understanding their obligations to achieve compliance and industry best practice, and help foster a culture in safety management and why safety is a priority for all levels of the organisation. Remember, auditors are there to help, not criticise. How to get started? SafeHire Certification Services has developed an information management system to provide an online client service centre platform for SafeHire certification, safety schemes in procurement approval, and hire industry trusted supplier assessments. This enables full interaction with members from the audit booking stage all the way through the audit process to the point of certification being awarded. It provides the facility for members to firm audit bookings, confirm any impartiality issues with an appointed auditor, complete SafeHire desktop audit submission and SSIP approval applications, view and download audit reports, access historical audit reports, respond to corrective actions requirements, complete SSIP approval applications, and download SafeHire and SSIP approval certificates. The SafeHire initial audit involves a desktop audit and site assessment, which typically lasts for approximately 3.5 hours. The desktop audit is made available to members in advance of the scheduled audit date in order that members have access to the audit questions and examples of supporting evidence required to meet the criteria. Responses to questions and the supporting documentary evidence can be uploaded into the audit in advance, for the benefit of both the member and the auditor prior to the audit date. This will help enable more valuable time for the auditor to support members on the day of the audit. The desktop audit gives the auditor the opportunity to review the arrangements and documentation relating to corporate social responsibility and organisational management, organisational management structure, employment and HR documentation, insurance arrangements and financial control, health, safety and welfare arrangements, business risk management, document control and data protection, and supporting environmental initiatives such as recycling schemes and sustainable procurement. In order to avoid duplicity, members having achieved ISO certifications will qualify relevant sections of the desktop audit by simply uploading the relevant certificates. It is the objective of the SafeHire Certification Scheme to reduce the duplication experienced by many members who are constantly bombarded by PQQ forms. Safety schemes in procurement membership. SafeHire Certification Services have successfully achieved and maintained registered membership with safety schemes in procurement in order to provide SSIP approval registration for hire association members who meet the requirements of both the SafeHire Certification Scheme and the SSIP core criteria. There are currently in excess of 89,000 suppliers registered with an SSIP member scheme, and this information is readily accessible via the SSIP portal. SSIP operates a deemed to satisfy agreement for mutual or non-mutual recognition, which is in place amongst all SSIP members. All registered members agree to accept a current valid approval by any other registered member, subject to all correct details being displayed on the SSIP portal. The SSIP Forum's member schemes all comply with health and safety core assessment criteria, which have been recognised by the HSE and which are consistent with the health and safety section of the Common Assessment Standard. The site audit. On arrival on site, the appointed auditor will carry out a point of work risk assessment in order to ensure that the audit can be conducted safely. The auditor will carry out an inspection of the premises, reviewing arrangements relating to security, yard, gas store, washdown area, lighting and CCTV, vehicle loading, trailers, plant park, slips, trips and hazards, waste management, grant paperwork, and completion of hire agreements, plus other significant findings. The auditor will inspect work equipment and branch equipment such as forklifts. Auditors will check for a report, a thorough examination, security of machine fuel type and storage of fuel or charging area, trained operators, and so on. They will also check air compressors, hoists and presses, pedestal drills, fixed kit, PPE, welding screens and fume extractors, local exhaust ventilation, and arrangements for control of contractors. The auditor will randomly select a range of hire fleet items for inspection. For example, lifting and handling equipment, power tools, concreting and vibration equipment, generators and compressors, access equipment, mobile elevated work platforms, plant and machinery including dumpsters and excavators, as well as two-stroke equipment, four-stroke equipment, generators, LPG equipment, and any other kit that may be of interest. The auditors will also observe vehicle safety and load securing arrangements, as well as trailer loading arrangements. What happens following the audit? The auditor will summarize their findings during a closing meeting, following which they will complete the audit report. The appointed representative from the member organization held by HAE will then receive an email notification from the system that the report is available for review and/or download. If there are any corrective actions requiring response, these will be identified in the report and itemized in the members area of the portal. Members will also receive automated reminders periodically from the system where any corrective actions raised during the audit remain outstanding. Frequently asked questions. What happens if I do not pass my initial audit? The ethos of SafeHire is about commitment to continual improvement. Members who are not immediately successful receive a corrective action schedule, to which they can respond with short-term, medium-term, and long-term plans to address non-conformities and opportunities to improve raised by the audit team. Documentary and photographic evidence is required in relation to any major and minor non-conformity raised by the audit team. Whilst we encourage responses to be provided promptly, particularly where a major non-conformity has been identified, we do allow a reasonable period of up to 3 months to address minor non-conformity and allow responses to opportunities to improve. What will happen if I do not respond to corrective actions? Members will receive automated email reminders from the SafeHire Certification Services (INS) at intervals following receipt of their audit report completion notifications, such as at 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and finally 12 weeks. The final automated email sent at 12 weeks following the audit report generation advises that the audit will be automatically concluded in its current status, passed or failed, giving 30 days notice to complete any outstanding corrective actions raised. The importance of SafeHire to end users. SafeHire certification provides end users the assurance that they are renting from a professionally audited, safety-focused business. It means the equipment they receive is well maintained, regularly inspected, and ready to perform safely and reliably. Customers benefit from knowledgeable, trained staff who offer expert advice to assist customers in renting the most appropriate, efficient, and safe equipment for the task at hand. For commercial clients, SafeHire provides peace of mind that their supplier meets strict safety standards, supporting compliance, minimizing downtime, and ensuring a smooth, trustworthy experience. What are the benefits of the SafeHire certification assessments? Prove your competence in meeting industry standards, observing best practice, and demonstrating compliance with legislation. Pinpoint hazards and vulnerabilities in your health and safety management systems, allowing you to address issues before they lead to accidents. Helps you to comply with relevant health and safety legislation, regulations, and industry standards to prevent legal issues, fines, and reputational damage. Support safety performance by identifying areas for improvement and providing recommendations which can lead to fewer accidents, injuries, and near misses. Enhancing a workplace safety culture and improving employee morale, engagement, and productivity. Demonstrates a strong commitment to health and safety to stakeholders, including employees, customers, and regulatory bodies. Opens the door to award schemes and provides a platform to benchmark your performance against industry standards, enabling a cycle of continuous improvement in health and safety management. achieves cost savings from reduced insurance premiums, fewer workers' compensation claims, and decreased downtime due to accidents or regulatory interventions. Enables members to promote their achievement to wider industry with recognized industry-specific standards. Scan the QR code to sign up today and get your business SafeHire accredited.